Hello again, friends. I, uh, I just couldn't wait to do this video. Uh, we got some news on the tariff front. Our mighty strongman leader folding under pressure. News of the stock market and its inevitable sharp dip that made headlines. And you can bet that Donald Trump was seated on his ample rump, glued to the television screen, and soaking up what his trade war was going to do. So get off to a just a. I can't tell you what he was thinking. Honestly, I don't think he can tell you what he's thinking 3/4 of the time. To to jump into tariffs in this form, in this fashion, and think that anything good is going to come of it is it's beyond insane. It didn't work the first time he did it with China. It's not going to work this time either. For those of you that might not know, he has backed down for 30 days. 30 days on tariffs, 25% tariffs on Canada, our neighbor to the north, and Mexico, our neighbor to the south. And he backed down in the most humiliating way. So what happened was all they had to do was tell him that they were going to do something that they were already doing. And he backed down. Folded right over. It wasn't 2 days ago that he said, "Oh, there's nothing they can do right now. Oh, there's nothing they can do right now to make me back off." That wasn't exactly true, was it, Jack? But as I've told you before, I like to be data driven. I like to cite sources. So, I'm going to pull one up on your screen right now. This from MSNBC. Whether GOP leaders and their mega donors understand this or not, Mexico really just offered Trump more of the same. Indeed, as the New Republic noted, Mexico sent 15,000 troops to the border in 2019, sent 10,000 again in 2021. Or put another way, Scheinbaum agreed to do what her country has already done in recent years. As a note, when our southern neighbors agreed to do this during Joe Biden's presidency, it was the result of effective diplomacy, not threats. That's a worthwhile note. Hours later, the Republican president announced that he was also delaying his plan related to Canada, following a phone meeting in which Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, as Trump put it, agreed to implement the $1.3 billion border plan. The wording was of interest. Trump didn't say Canada announced a plan, and he didn't say Canada has come up with a new plan. Rather, he said Canada will implement their plan. The phrasing made it sound as if there was already a plan in place before Trump started threatening our neighbor and ally. That's because the plan that Canada is implementing was already announced during the Biden administration. Can't make this stuff up. The man lives on Fantasy Island. The island in his own mind. This MAGA movement, they thrive on self-inflicted drama. As I've stated in a previous video, well, very last video, before I jumped on to do this one and give some updates, their narrative is all about this enemy within, this poisoning of the blood of America. and we do have voices on mainstream media that are worth mentioning. I don't obviously, as you know, I don't set a very high bar for legacy media nowadays, but there is communicators out there that really get the point across. One of them, is obviously if you watch Fox and Friends, which I hope don't. I follow because I feel the need to absorb all news possible. Then I come to my own conclusions. Jessica Tarlov, brilliant mind. She's there's that's the only word I can think of to describe her as brilliant. Just top of her head, dominates these other four ridiculous hosts of five. It's just really worth mentioning her. If you have not heard of her, do a Google search on her uh, and read up on her because she is really one of the strongest Democratic voices there is out there today, especially in right wing conspiracy propaganda media. Another is a Washington Post columnist. She's not a communist. She's a Washington Post columnist, rather, by the name of Catherine Rampell. She takes down Jennings on on CNN pretty regularly. It's something to see his facial expressions after she kind of dunks on him. You can find clips of all of this. Like I said, I don't follow as religiously as I once did legacy media, but I do still feel the need to keep up on what they're reporting and how they're reporting it, so I can point it out here on independent media. Just another article. I'll bring it up on your screen now. This from the New Republic. Seems like the trick to negotiating with Trump is to realize he doesn't have any idea what current facts are, posted Washington Post columnist Catherine Rampell on Blue Sky. Oh, you want 10,000 troops? Says world leader who already deployed 15K? Great. 10K it is. Issuing 10,000 troops to the U.S.-Mexico border is almost routine at this point for America's southern neighbor. In 2019, Mexico sent 15,000 troops to the border and sent another 10,000 in 2021 to help with migration. In 2022, Mexico agreed to invest $1.5 billion to help Joe Biden upgrade the border. And in 2023, implemented 15 administrative actions to assist in America's deportation of migrants. Trump was also roasted for his lackluster arrangement with Canada, which saw Prime Minister Justin Trudeau commit to a $1.3 billion border plan that was already arranged in December. Trudeau also pledged to appoint a fentanyl czar and list cartels as terrorists, though just a fraction of America's black market fentanyl imports cross the nation's northern border. Approximately 0.2% of America's fentanyl seizures occur at the Canadian border, according to federal statistics. During an appearance on CNN, Rampell summed up the situation pretty nicely, arguing during a network roundtable that Trump is trying to repackage the status quo as a victory. That's what the foreign leaders of these foreign countries are learning, Rampell said. You don't actually have to give Trump anything. You have to let him announce victory on TV. Further still, Rampell posited that Trump had almost overnight tarnished our relationships with our allies, whose help we need to rein in China, all while destabilizing the economy and making it an unattractive landscape for future investment. Succinct, powerful, and accurate. Communicators don't get much better than that. And she displays masterclass. I won't say much for CNN, but that's one that they need to hang on to if they want to try to salvage any credibility they have. It's instances like this, things like this, how he is just exploiting our country, rotting us from within by attacking our closest allies, all while propping up leaders like Kim Jong Un, Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping. He did follow through on that tariff, I will say. 10% tariff on China. China's responding. Yeah, one of the upcoming videos I will do, I'll dive a little bit more into that, as I know stories are kind of just developing on that, what they're tariffing um, on America, and the effects of what that's going to be. So I will report on that when I have a little bit more information. Every day it's been like 2 weeks since this guy took over, and just to see the vast amount of damage that he has already done, our closest allies are not going to trust us. Why would they trust us? Foreign aid that we received before, due to our leadership on foreign aid via USAID, why would they waste their resources to help us? We're a laughing stock around the world right now. Foreign leaders they're having a very hearty chuckle at our chucklehead in chief. I'll continue to bring in facts, continue to bring in data. Knowledge is power. There is strength in unity. We will resist for the future. I'm Justice Rossetti, and I'll see you.